Ready to check on the worms? You gonna help me check on the worms? Where are the worms, Wally? The worms are over here. You gonna check on them? Yeah, good boy. Good boy. All right, friends, it's been a week since the mega feeding happened. That was the one where I gave them their first, almost half gallon or gallon baggie, halfway-ish full of food, some frozen, some not. And I checked on them the other day. I thought about recording it as an update, but honestly, there's not much to say. It is very wet in here. There's still some mites. So I think what I'm gonna do is add some dryness in here with some carbon. Or I think this is the carbon, I don't know, the paper part. And this bag, as Wally will help us demonstrate, was all of that packing paper from Amazon. But I was reading on the forums of Reddit. I don't know if that's a forum anymore. But I was reading on Reddit that people were using Amazon basic $40 shredder and then just shredding our Amazon boxes because they're not really printed with much. And as long as you move the tape off, excuse me, Wally. Okay, you can just stay there. As long as you move the tape off and all the sticky stuff, they shred. So I was like, cool, great. So you can't really tell probably, but this is the cardboard, or one of the halves are cardboardy, and this half here is the packing paper. So I'm hoping to cover some of the food in here, and then that way, I don't know if that will help deter the mites or not, but I'm hoping it will at least cover the food and give them some more bedding, because I think it's going to get kind of full in there. But I want to check first before I add any bedding what the situation is with the food. Now before I remove this top layer, I just wanted to show you guys, it's still really moist up here. This was stuff that I threw in a while ago, some paper towels. It was all dry and it's still very, very wet, which, should I have ripped this up ahead of time? Probably, but I didn't. But nevertheless, it's still so wet up here. So I don't know if this second layer or top layer is draining into the bottom and that's why this is so wet, but, gonna have to figure out what to do with it. But just for comparison's sake, I did want to show you guys, just poke around a little bit and see if there is any activity going on. And I don't really see much. I didn't poke around earlier. Oh, there's a little bit of scooching around. Okay, a little bit, but not really. Interesting. I think I'm gonna still leave this big paper wad up here, even when I do expect them to start migrating, because I honestly think it'll make it easier to wrangle them and feed them, but we'll see. So let me just go ahead and remove this top layer and we'll see what's going on in the active layer. The other day when I checked on here, I did put a little bit more paper in, but not much, just a little bit of ripped up stuff just to cover it. Now, see, these are the things that I don't really know what they are. I don't think these are eggs. No, I don't think these are eggs. I'm pretty sure these are bugs. We'll toss this guy. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Because remember, this one we fed in the middle trough. So I'm just gonna pull back a little bit here. At least the obvious coverings. So I don't want to overfeed them. But this end, this top end, is where the bulk of the party was happening last time we checked in with them. Okay, definitely people here, but not so much food. Like, this is paper, this is an egg, and like, yeah, there's a carrot or a slice of sweet potato, but there's not really that much here. So there's definitely less people on this front part last time, so I'm curious to see. Okay, like this stuff definitely looks like it has mites on it, so I'm gonna just pull those out really quick. Okay, that's better. I mean, there's definitely still some guys in here. You see? You smells? Hey, Wally. I think there's definitely still food over here, so I'm kind of inclined to say I don't want to feed them just yet because there's still plenty of stuff in here. Hey, everybody. You checking them out, Wally? I think there's plenty over here for at least a couple more days. I'd rather let them make a better dent in their food than let it go bad, especially with this mite situation. And I think, you know, they always say that you're supposed to, the texture shouldn't be, or it should be that of a wrung out sponge. And they said, like, if you grab a piece and you squeeze it, you shouldn't be able to get any moisture out of it, I guess. But I don't want to stick my hand in here right now and try and squeeze it. Like, what happens if I get a worm? But to me, this looks pretty dense. I think it's too wet still. So what do I know, though? For now, I think I would like to not feed them today, but I do want to put a light layer of bedding now that I have some of the shredded cardboard and packaging paper, just to kind of see what is, how much moisture that changes, if anything. A little concerned though, because we have all these mites here, so I don't really know how to troubleshoot that yet. I'll keep you guys posted, but let's say for now we'll do a handful of the cardboard, a handful of the paper, brown paper shredded. I'm really not trying to put too much in here. I just want to give them a little extra. Another handful of the paper. I mostly just want to give them something to kind of cover a little bit so they can nest a little bit more, and also hoping that this can absorb some of the moisture, because when I feed them again, the next batch that I have doesn't have as much liquid in it as the first batch did, because there was a lot of watermelon juices in here. But I don't want to add more water to an already seemingly wet bin. So I'm hoping this will help. And then I'll check back in a couple days, not too long, because like I said, it's been a week since they were fed. And they honestly, I mean, there's still some food down here, obviously, but they made a lot more progress than I thought they would. So they're hungry, hungry little caterpillars. So check back in a few days. In the meantime, if you want to see more of what Wally is doing, make sure you check him out on Instagram, our Fluffy Wally. Links are down in the description. And if you want to see what I'm doing in the garden these days besides this, definitely check out my Instagram. Links are down below. Gardening with Alessandra. And check out all of the butterflies I've been releasing lately. This is my second year attempting to raise swallowtails as well as monarchs, and today, the day of the recording, I released 7 swallowtails, and I'm so excited. So if you guys want to follow along on that journey, you can see much more frequent updates on Instagram. All right, guys, stay safe. Talk soon.